Here's a segment from the latest edition of St. Charles Parish Today, a monthly local talk show. You know you're in St. Charles Parish if it's noon on the first Thursday of the month and your dog is howling. For decades now, the St. Charles Parish Emergency Operations Center has tested the parish's outdoor warning sirens on a monthly basis. They've been truly reliable thus far, but technology has improved since they were first installed in the 1980s. Now Entergy is upgrading these important safety tools across the parish. Public Information Aide Tristan Babin provides us with an update on this project right now.
You've heard them, you've seen them, but now the sirens are getting a much-needed upgrade. In late 2014, Entergy's Waterford 3 began a major overhaul of the alert and notification system sirens, with 29 of the 73 being upgraded with newer, more advanced models.
The sirens are designed to have high reliability, and the whole purpose behind that obviously is to protect the health and safety of the public. So the NRC requires us to track siren tests. We perform 2 tests each month. One test is audible, which most of the individuals in the community would be aware of because that's where we set the sirens off and you actually get an opportunity to hear them. The second test each month is a silent test. The silent test is performed and it's just an additional validation that the sirens are working properly. So from those tests, we count the number of opportunities, which would be 2 times 73 each month, against the number of failures, and it has to be greater than 94%. We historically have been 99 type percent, and last March we started realizing a large number of failures. So we're still above the 94% requirement, but when we recognized that we were having a large number of failures, we determined that the best thing for us to do is replace the system because we do have some obsolete components within the system.
The upgrade would take place in 3 phases. The first phase, which is completed, required the replacement of the 29 obsolete sirens. The second phase will be upgrading the remaining 44 sirens to include newer features such as two-way command. The third and final phase will be the demolition of the old sirens and the restoration of the work sites.
Well, the current system that we're using now, when we do a test, which is, as I indicated, twice a month, we have to send an individual to each one of the 73 siren locations. So this individual goes to the location, climbs up on the little platform that I'm sure folks have seen, and then they look at a series of lights. If the lights are lit, the siren passes. If the lights aren't lit, then they have to do a series of troubleshooting things to see whether or not the siren is functioning appropriately. And appropriately doesn't mean just the fact that it made noise, but it has to make a certain amount of decibel distinction for the size population and the density of the population that it's attempting to warn. So we do that currently. The new system allows us and St. Charles Parish EOC to poll the sirens and validate that these sirens in fact are good without sending an individual to each of the locations. So we could do it every day, you could do it every 10 minutes if you wanted to. Send out a poll, check the sirens. So instead of only twice a month, and then the time it takes to send people out to the locations, and then you're fixing it, maybe it broke up between the 2 tests, so it was out for a couple of days. The new system allows us to poll the system and immediately go right to the problem and fix the problem, so it'll increase the reliability of the system so that the folks don't have to worry about whether their siren's going to go off when it's needed.
The sirens, which are funded and maintained by Waterford 3, are actually operated by the St. Charles Parish Department of Emergency Preparedness.
In accordance with federal guidance, Waterford 3 is required to have an alert notification system that covers the entire 10-mile emergency planning zone. And that zone encounters and covers all of St. Charles Parish. So they have a system they put in, a siren system, to alert the public. They install the system, they maintain the system, but the EOC, in fact, activates the system and notifies the public.
As part of the ANS upgrade, the department also received updated technology to sound the sirens.
Previously, we had an encoder which was about 30 years old. It was old technology. It's being replaced by a computerized system that will not only allow us to activate either an individual siren, a group of sirens, but will also allow us to get some feedback on exactly what might be taking place if in fact a siren didn't sound, or there was a problem with sirens such as a power supply issue or some other issue. It'll give us immediate feedback to that situation.
All sirens are sounded on the first Thursday of every month at noon for exactly 1 minute. The sounding of a siren for 5 minutes indicates that residents should go inside and turn their television to the government access channel, Cox Channel 6 or UVerse 99, or their radio to 101.9 FM, 105.3 FM, 870 AM, or 1370 AM for further instructions. The final commissioning of the upgraded ANS system Sirens is expected to be in late April. For more information on the Sirens or how they are used, residents can always visit www.stcharlesparish.la.gov/EOC. For St. Charles Parish Today, I'm Tristan Babin.
Watch the entire episode at www.scptoday.com or on SCP TV.